You know how like cops go undercover to buy prostitutes?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if they're still doing that while we have flying cars?
You can't sugarcoat it. It was a fucking weird, like, non-consensual sex scene.
I guess I'm not progressive enough to understand. You know how they found that, or they arrested the guy from Fresno that started the Big Sur one? We should stone him to death.
From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved.
So you're shuffling your checks with your right hand.
I don't shine shoes anymore.
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Can you do it with your left hand?
I never tried.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Don't ever go over my fucking head again, you motherfucker, you.
What do you want to start off with?
Well, you got any news? I got news.
You can start with this one. I'll come in after.
Well, obviously, there's the 2 tropical storms creating Hurricane Laura. That's kind of fucking crazy. And it's hitting right over where it always hits.
Oh yeah, it's like the first time. Is it first time in history? I don't know. It's rare though. It's hitting twice of them at once, right?
Well, they're forming into, I think they're going to call it one hurricane, but it's 2 different systems together.
It's forming into one mega hurricane. What the fuck is going on at this point? Oh my god.
It's 2 Sharknadoes coming together.
Dude, I just wish it was Sharknado at this point. Jesus, holy shit.
Are we going to do crappy movies like that too?
Why not? Yeah,
we probably should.
Eventually, yeah. Yeah. We have to do every single Sharknado. They made like 5 or 6 of them. The Space Sharknado is going to be the next one. Yeah. Well, that is unfortunate. I don't know what to do against that. I'm surprised we haven't figured out how to control weather yet. Like, we mastered everything else on the earth besides the weather. We're fucked.
They did in the Truman Show.
Oh shit! What if it's Truman Show and they said fuck everybody?
Should we just hit up Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey, where they at?
He figured it all out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, wildfires have grown to 560.
Oh, that's good news.
It was probably always like that, but they just didn't have all the info.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
We also too you know how they found that, or they arrested the guy from Fresno that started the Big Sur one?
Mm-hmm.
We should stone him to death. Fuck, I feel like there's always some asshole starting these fires out in Northern California. And
Well, stone him to death?
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Like, yes, public execution was bad. But think about it.
It would probably stop.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
this doing it.
This is fucked up. It's like there's 500 of them. We don't need another one, like a man-made one. You know, there's so many natural ones. Why do we need a man-made one?
You know what we should have? We should just have like a covert, like secret, like special ops serial killer that tortures people. So the media doesn't hear about it, but like there's rumors started about how the people who do bad things get fucking killed and tortured and shit.
We live stream it? We would live stream on Anonymous or what?
Put it on the dark web.
Yeah. Red Room. Send the Bitcoin to us. Send the Bitcoins.
People, I mean, that'd probably work. So if you know any crazy psychotic serial killers that are looking for work.
All right, let's talk about this NHL commentator.
Oh no.
He got caught live saying misogynistic statements, I guess. He said it's nice for hockey players. Yeah, it's nice for hockey players to get out on the ice and spend time with their teammates and not get their concentration erupted by women. I mean, that's kind of a weak ass roast. He could have went harder.
He could have. Is he wrong though?
I mean, that's debatable.
Can't be shooting goals with boners, dude.
Nah, I'm kidding. But he said that, and then the Reds commentator got outed saying some homophobic comment. I honestly didn't see. I just saw that he was getting backlash. What are we doing with the sports commentators? I mean, like, okay. we have to at least give him that these old white men have been holding their tongue for quite a while. They've been doing pretty good.
Since when do old white men hold their tongue?
Well, I mean, on like public like channels, or like sports events, they have been locked in for
They've
all
been
2020.
PC, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they've been PC. They have been locked in to their houses for the whole 2020, so maybe that's why we haven't heard anything like that. But I say fuck them, fire them, and I say we just let people like Adam Sandler just commentate sports at this point, because like,
dude, can you imagine?
it'd be so much more entertaining. Like, fuck these old like boring ass fucking sports commentators. I don't even fucking know what their voice is. Get some people that are actually entertaining.
All I know is Alan Smith? Is that his name? Does that sound like a football commentator to you? I can't remember. Pretty sure that's his name. He did basketball, and it was much more interesting in that movie.
Dude, Alex Jones commentating the sports.
Oh my god!
And Tim Dillon.
Can you imagine?
Both of them just fucking screaming into the mic.
I'm pretty sure the box wherever they're doing the commentating from would burn down. Like,
dude,
they'd
they're
be
fucking frog
screaming and yelling.
The frog voices would just be over, dude. Dude, they should get some like Lifetime smokers with the like little voice boxes to commentate.
Yeah. But my point is, they let loose in the movies. Why can't they just let loose in real life?
What do you mean? Like
Remember the commentators from basketball?
Oh yeah.
They're
That's
real professional commentators.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think two of them were.
Like, yeah, wouldn't it be so much better if the commentary for sports events would like became satire? So they're just kind of making fun of like what's that would be pretty funny.
Isn't that what YouTube is though?
Yeah, that is what YouTube is, but it'd be so much better to see it on
like
TV.
in the
like,
moment.
yeah, like actually like them in their studios. But I understand.
I agree.
You can't fucking piss off the brands, all that bullshit. But that would be fucking tight, like a satire, like them just making fun of just sports commentating and sports in general.
The Rick and Morty interdimensional TV box or whatever, where they show the different versions of the universe.
Dude,
that's what we
that's
need.
actually the dopest concept, where they're like they
genius.
like other what is it, planets or universes had like didn't like was very like weird, like almost a fever dream, like nightmare, like scary.
Yeah, it's just like all the different possible realities. Like such a great
but
concept.
They're terrifying.
I know. They're fucking scary. Of course, they're gonna put like their like fantasy realities in there on the show. Of course, it was hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
they killed it.
We need if we want sports to stop dying, we need to do that.
We need to develop that technology.
Yeah,
just start watching those the sports of the multiverse.
Yeah, dude,
that'd be sick. All right, let's get to the movie.
Let's get to the movie.
Blade Runner, 1982 version, 2019 era set.
Yeah,
that's the future
weird
for that time. Crazy.
All it does is remind me that we are failures. We look at fucking what they were predicting, and us now we're terrible. We're trash.
Well, you and me aren't. We were old enough to make a difference. We're gonna do great things. Come on, don't get ahead of yourself. Look at us, we're thriving.
I love how they made the future what it was, very depressing and just sad.
It was very sad. No sunlight.
Yeah, like the light.
What happened to the sun?
Fluorescent light was just fucking like terrible.
Yeah. So this was the inspiration for the neo-noir style. I think is like one of the first movies, if not the first.
Yeah.
This is 1982. This is pretty early.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that whole style, the whole dark style, I thought it was dope. But like, what happened to the sun? Did they ever explain any of that, or it was just dark the whole movie?
No, I think
I think the smog probably was a big part of it too.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for.
We need to let these 80s future designers for the cities just design our cities right now, because they look so much cooler than what they are. They had like weird like marble sculptures, right? Like, how do you,
You
even
mean the material? that is
Yeah,
used?
it's like I don't even know how to describe the buildings, but they're dope.
Yeah, you could tell they're fake, but the material definitely you could recreate.
Yeah, exactly. They should do this.
Yeah, no, I thought that the city's looks were pretty cool actually
Uh,
for being that old of like a future prediction. Pretty good.
and
Pretty
then they
good.
made everything neon, which is the most 80s thing ever.
Yeah, yeah, wasn't that kind of a troll?
Yeah, that was like kind of.
It was like you're going for a futuristic, but I mean, neon hasn't gone away either. Like neon
True.
is
I guess.
in a lot of places.
I guess.
cities,
What do you think?
know?
In the 80s, neon was kind of like, oh, this is the future. We just
Probably.
got this. This is
Probably.
gonna be everything, and we just look back at it now like. That was a good time era. That was a good time era.
Well, I don't think you could correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think in the 70s that was much of a style.
No, I don't.
Neon.
I don't think so at all.
I'm sure there were neon signs, but
yeah, like bar ones, but
Yeah.
not as popularized, I guess. you
yeah,
could
not
say.
like outside on signs and
Yeah.
like windows and
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was super cool style they went with,
Mhm.
and it held up for the
Uh,
most part.
They nailed the branding. You know how do you notice how everything was like Atari or
Mhm.
Coca-Cola? You know,
They had Budweiser.
they're pretty
Yeah.
much just saying like in the future everything's gonna be like branding, like everything like Crown Royal
Yeah.
is gonna be branding. No, but they nailed it, dude. It's pretty much they nailed the ad apocalypse before ad apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah. They absolutely did. This is a film that's considered to be I think by a lot of people like one of the greatest films ever, if not, their favorite. Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of people that this is their favorite movie, but especially in the science fiction genre, it's like one of the first really good, impressive movies that held its
Yeah, I mean the
cult following for so long.
Yeah, the
It's
concept.
not cult. It's not a cult classic though. Is that what you would call a cult classic? Because that was
Yeah, I
that was a
think-
box office movie, right?
Yeah, but I think it held a following. I think a cult classic, like even if it has a bot, like whether it does good or not, I think as long as it holds like a following and like holds like I bet you a bunch of people write like sub stories about it and type of thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's the inspiration for like a lot of video games, other like TV shows and stories, books
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Yeah, they nailed
Yeah.
they nailed the concept of us using what were they robots or whatever use like being
they're
able
called replicants.
yeah being able to create slaves to do all the work for us so we don't have to do it anymore. They nailed it because that's what the main topic is now is AI and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely they did, and like obviously that's been a revisited topic even now.
Yeah, we're still fighting it.
I think the first movie that really did like that I was really opened up to this concept was Ex Machina or Ex Mach.
Oh yeah,
movie?
yeah.
That
I
movie
remember
was
seeing
really
that.
good. That movie blew my mind. That's where I started like doing all my research about like the singularity and like revisiting Terminator and
Guys, it's over.
Skynet.
It's over, guys. Why are we even-
Skynet's already back in
Yeah,
China.
Why
bro.
why are we even trying?
Anyways,
At least
Yeah.
at least China's Skynet is good.
the facial recognition, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
it's
know what
scary.
it is. I just know it's Skynet, so that says it all.
Yeah, scary, but so cool that it's so old and it's still holding up today.
Mm-hmm.
In the story, I was very conflicted about whether I gave a shit about Harrison Ford. I kind of wanted the replicants to do their thing, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like
They were-
it's kind of like an underdog. Like you were like, okay, this needs to happen, but the replicants could take over.
There was no real build up to like care. Like I didn't care about his character in the beginning because he's just thrown into this situation, and there's, like he's being forced to do the work, which like okay, you feel bad, but like, are his motives really? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel
Justified. I don't know.
I feel like they didn't invest a lot into his character, which I mean,
There's a lot of characters though too.
Yeah. But
Right?
I feel like they didn't invest where you're like they want like they're trying to force you to be like, okay, we want this guy to win. They're kind of like, this is what's happening. Like,
Yeah.
take your pick on who you want to win, type of thing, which is dope. I like that. I kind of like that better. I don't like someone being like, this is the good guy, this is the bad guy. It's
Well,
kind
but
of like,
you still can tell that like he's like the main character that
oh yeah,
they
but,
want you to follow.
but the main character doesn't always have to be the guy you have to like. You know, like for
It's
example. The guy in Nightcrawlers, I fucking hate the main character. I fucking hate that character.
No, you're just a Jake Gyllenhaal hater, bro.
No, I
You
fucking
really
I
are.
like his movies.
That's such a
I
good
like Donnie
movie.
Darko and stuff like that. But like that, like his character in that movie, like pisses me off. But it's a great movie. I fucking loved it. But you know, like the main character doesn't always have to be the good guy. You can hate the main character and still like be invested in the story.
All right, guys. Mark my words. We're gonna do another Jake Gyllenhaal movie, maybe Prisoners. And if he doesn't like it, you fucking heard it here first. He's a hater.
We'll see.
I have good reason to think that you don't like him
I mean,
outside of that movie.
we'll see.
Jack's
We'll
been
see.
telling me for years too that you don't like him. So,
We'll see. Well, you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for that one.
anyways, I wanted the replicants to win. Kind of. I mean, like the blonde guy. He's like kind of sadistic and hates everyone and just wants to
He's like
kill people just to get his way.
He reminds me of like a ringleader of a freak show.
Yeah. Yeah. He reminded me of the Liquid Metal Man, the T-1000. I don't know why. Something about his face, maybe.
He's just the Hills Have Eyes brother version of him, or what?
Yeah, I don't know. That guy and also Bronson's like cronies in I don't know if you've seen those movies. They're old. But the Bronson movies where he's like protecting himself from those 80s gang members, like he seemed like he could fit into one of those gangs. Those are really old movies too, though. You probably haven't seen them. Anyways, that character, like, yeah, he was a dick, and he just killed random people whenever he wanted. It seemed like, but he was born a slave and treated like shit. And then he's being hunted for no reason just because he exists.
He's the Joker.
Yeah.
He's forced into being the bad guy.
Yeah. It's true.
Huh.
But doesn't mean he has to be an asshole and kill everyone, which he doesn't. I mean, he saves, he kind of like makes up for that at the end, right? But I don't know. Like I was kind of rooting for him, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone would root for the slaves just because I feel like everyone would feel bad for them, but then at the same time, like if they went more into death that they were just like robots, I'm sure more people would be like, yeah, fuck them. But I think since they're not like pulling off their face showing that they're a robot, people kind of are more invested.
Yeah. I also think like what makes him so much worse than Harrison Ford's replicant girlfriend? Like they're both replicants. They're both not supposed to be on Earth, really.
Yeah, but he's not putting out.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that weird ass rape scene? That's exactly what it was. You can't sugarcoat it. It was a fucking weird, like non-consensual sex scene.
I guess I'm not progressive enough to understand.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know
You
exactly.
saw it.
I think I had it in. Let me see.
I watched the movie twice. And yeah, I still don't understand that scene. It's weird. Like, unless what did I write down? Unless that scene is because he knows that she doesn't want it or that she wants it somehow, and we don't see that. And she's just too embarrassed and is like running away, like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm a robot. I'm not good enough for your massive wiener.
Your fleshy blood filled wiener.
Yeah, your non-prosthetic wiener. Then, like, why is that scene okay? She clearly is like, no, like,
That's gonna be an interesting topic. Are you gonna have to have consent with these robots that we build? I would hope so.
I think if we build them and they're not made for sex, like, don't give them sex, right?
Wait.
But then it's kind of cruel.
What about the
So I don't know.
wasn't there there was a like a casual incest dialogue too, right? What part was that?
Oh yeah, so she's wondering if she's a replicant or not.
Uh-huh.
And well, she's not wondering, she's defending herself from being one. She's like, I'm not one. Here's a picture of my mother. And Harrison Ford comes in and he's like, that's a picture of you and your mom? Yeah. Just like that story of you and your brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When you went to go play a hide and seek and
That's
he whipped
what
out
it
his
was.
wiener and you were too scared and ran away.
Okay, so was it normal back then, or were they trying to normalize it?
I think that they were going for a memorable story that she clearly would know from. Like, you're not going to remember, like, oh, I tripped and fell down the stairs in first grade. Like, maybe she forgets that, right? She's not going to forget her brother whipping out his wiener and her having to run away from him.
I feel like they could have done a more traumatic or a different traumatic.
I agree.
I
I agree.
It goes into play. To me, that's selectively put in there for a reason. Is it normal?
It's weird.
Is it normal, or were they trying to normalize it? Because I feel like when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? And then I kind of like think of the weird topic of, you know how like everyone's like, what? Why the fuck is everything on Pornhub now just stepbrother and stepsister type of shit? Like, are they trying to normalize it now too?
No.
Was Blade Runner fucking ahead of his time?
I don't know, dude.
Was that what they were trying to hint
I
at?
don't know.
Where they're like, hey, yo, in the future, they're going to be trying to fucking make incest normal. Like, what?
I don't see how that would benefit them in any way, other than being like,
It wouldn't.
we were right.
It wouldn't benefit anyone besides the sicko that wants that to be normalized. Are they fucking psychopaths?
No. I don't know. I can't comment on that. I don't bang my cousin like you do, so you probably know better. So
You're the one that's casually letting it go. I'm fucking trying to get to the bottom of this so we don't let this shit happen.
What do you mean?
See, you guys saw that look?
I'm trying to understand what you're fucking talking about.
guys,
I just said it was bad.
Guys, we outed him here. Next subject.
Now you're still a bottom one.
Let me see. I was fucking with the writing in it. I was fucking with the writing, how like the story plot like didn't go into super fine detail into what's going on, but they kind of let you figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
They're kind of like, okay, they need to be like, you need to be smart enough to put stuff together to follow the movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
I was a little confused the first watch.
Yeah, exactly.
admit.
That's kind of, I kind of like that because it kind of makes you have to go back and be like, wait, what the fuck were they trying to say?
Yeah.
Which is amazing marketing for making people want to go back to the movie theater to watch it again, especially like when you weren't able to stream it back then. You were like, fuck, I have to go back to the movie theater.
Right. Or rent a VHS. But I
yeah,
mean, once
either
it comes
way.
out,
it
does took forever to get into production
oh
too.
my god, do you remember back in the day when you'd go to the movies and watch a movie and then it wouldn't come out on VHS for another like 2 years?
Dude. Crazy. Even DVDs. Like, I remember DVDs better because we were older then, obviously.
Yeah.
And those took forever.
Yeah, even
and
early
those were
2000.
easier to make.
Yeah.
So, like, goes to show you, people that had to wait for VHS, mass produced. Yeah, that was a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's completely different now. Now it's like
I think
before it's even out, watch it.
Movies stayed in theaters longer too, though. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I also too like each year you would only get maybe 4 or 5 movies. They'll be replaying them the whole year. I feel like there was only like a few big studios putting out shit for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, there were less movies.
The golden ages.
And they stayed in longer. What were all the owl references about?
I don't know. I mean, I know, like, so I've seen owl movies or owl references in movies, like I've seen an Alien movie where it's referenced in that where I don't fucking know what the owl is supposed to be, but it's supposed to be some weird thing where like the aliens using the owl to watch it or some shit. I don't fucking know. Huh. And then I've seen like owl references in like weird like satanic cults that worship owls.
Really?
Yeah. So those are the only 2 times I've really seen it. It's never been anything else, I don't think. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably other stuff, but those are the 2 like where I've seen it in movies.
Yeah. Also, the sets must have been kind of hard to make. Probably should have talked about that earlier, but like of the city and stuff. I mean, realistically, they did a green screen for a lot of those scenes, but you know the one where he's like on his balcony, and like there's the whole city behind it. I wonder how they did that. They must have had somehow cropped out the background and used an actual building's balcony.
Yeah, I think so. I think they kind of had it set up like the room where they have like it's like a balcony and then a giant green screen behind them.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Probably something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I even like, yeah, dude, building the sets because they made it look like such a compact like New York. Well, I mean, it was in New York City, right?
L.A.
L.A. Okay, they made L.A. look like New York for the most part. How cramped it was. And yeah, I don't know, dude. Like it must have been like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what their like studios look like, but like I'm sure it's fucking huge.
Well, I mean, this was after the first couple. I think the first 2 Star Wars movies, in the 70s, and so like obviously it had been done before that. Those types of sets with spaceships and you know whatever.
Yeah.
Still, I still thought, especially for that era, like it was impressive. They did a good job with what they were given. But
yeah.
obviously we don't have anything to compare it to because we grew up in the freaking early 2000s.
Yeah. They definitely had like good technology for green screens and effects like that. Because I forget what it was. I think the first like really big like green screen movie was 2001 The Space Odyssey or whatever, the Stanley Kubrick movie that was like revolutionary because it was like amazing graphics, like, and it looked like they were literally on the moon for it being in the 70s.
Yeah.
So the technology.
I don't think I've
definitely
seen
was
that
out
movie,
there.
but I know about that though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I heard it's amazing though.
Yeah. We'll have to watch that.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one next. You know what I did not fuck with?
The
fucking cops having flying cars. That was terrifying. I was like, we need to not allow any of this.
No thanks. Yeah. Especially, can you imagine that's the big announcement this year? New flying car for police officers. People would fucking go crazy.
Yeah, people would freak the fuck out. You know what'd be fucking crazy too? If like, okay, this is off topic. I was thinking this is off topic, but you know how like cops go undercover to buy prostitutes? Can you imagine if they're still doing that while we have flying cars? Like they're flying the car, getting a blowjob, and they're like, "All right, you're under arrest," or something. You know, like what the fuck?
Yeah, that'd be something else.
That would be ridiculous.
Hey, good time to be alive if you're a cop. Flying cars, free blowjobs.
Yeah. We need to stop them.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Mm.
We're gonna do part 2, Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
That'll be on
are we gonna
Wednesday.
We're gonna do the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
Back to back,
Back to
I figure. Part 1, part 2, same week.
Yeah.
2 in a row, you know? Because we'll post this on Sunday and then post that on Wednesday. So.
All right.
Now's the time to watch both of them.
Yeah, you can binge it. Don't worry.
Yeah, for real. No, they go well together. Like they're both really good. So, I've seen the second one, and yeah, it doesn't disappoint.
All right, dope.
All right, thanks for watching.
Fuck you
guys. Check out the Q&A in the description. Also, our socials in there, and follow us on MySpace. Just kidding. Like, subscribe. That's
or
it.
don't. I don't know. Fuck it.